So what I have here is the most updated version of the tree of life which the Father God has given me because he says I am his only begotten child. With that being said, let's get past the judgmental unbelieving part and focus in on a part of this that is prophecy. This prophecy specifically deals with the divine feminine. All right, now the divine feminine started here in understanding through our various talks and exercises and alleged homeworks. We took a woman from understanding and found the beauty in her and brought her to beauty. I haven't written what goes in beauty yet, but all right. And this is where we begin chapter 12 of Revelations, where it says, "And a great wonder out of heaven appeared." Now remember, it's my impression that I have heaven on earth, which is down here, Malkuth, kingdom, a kingdom of heaven upon earth. All right. So from that kingdom of heaven, so from NASA, they shot off not the James Webb, they shot up the Parker Solar Space Probe, which had 1.1 million names of curious people on it. Then appeared in heaven a great wonder, a woman dressed in the sun. Ever since then, the sun has been giving me faces every single day. Dressed in the sun with a crown of no less than, hold on, let's do it together. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, not eight, not nine, not 10, not 11. With a crown of no less than 12 stars on her head. With the moon, which is represented by Yesod. Let's see if I can draw a moon. Probably not. That sucked. With the moon at her feet, which we know this to be the holy Sabbath. That's why it is connected. This is Elohim Sabaoth. The divine name is Elohim Sabaoth, and the divine name is Yahweh Sabaoth. And so because of that Sabaoth, we know that this is the Sabbath, and we're told to not forget the Sabbath, but remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Keep it as one. So the divine name, which translates to God of hosts, is still the Lord of hosts. The difference is God of hosts comes from the cosmos. Lord of hosts is when the cosmos, the divinity in the cosmos, is directly acting with our star system by definition. So later on at Revelations chapter 12 verse 14, it says that this woman will be given the wings of a great eagle. Now, what I have decided is that, well, what God shared with me is that he wants us to stay committed to our pledges and our oaths. And he says one way that he's going to teach us to stay committed to our pledges is to hold America to its pledge, which says that liberty, which is a lady, by the way, liberty and justice, and that's for all. All right. And so what God has shown me is that, pause real quick. I need to go back and say something. Quantum computing has this new rule. Scientists have always said you desperately need quantum computing that is error correcting and fault tolerant. All right, some two qualities I truly want in what I call the Lord my God. All right, error correcting and fault tolerant. They say that in quantum computing you need what's called 9 physical qubits to make one logical qubit, which that one logical qubit is fault tolerant, so it's forgiving, and it's error correcting, so it's really smart. And so we're going to take that same principle and apply it to our tree of life, because I've read that each of the 10 have its own 10 inside. So I modified it just a little bit and said, all right, well, each emanation has its own yada, yada, yada. And so that's how we get from mercy to liberty. But it's not just given to us. It was given to me for the example of mercy. And so with From mercy, we need to learn mindfulness, to be non-judgmental, to be patient, to be thoughtful, to be non-striving, meaning not putting our own goals before others. We need to be trusting and trustworthy. We need to have consideration for others, acceptance for others, letting go. We need to learn how to let go and let God, and that will bring us to having good reason and liberty. So therefore, if liberty equals freedom and liberty is at mercy, then therefore mercy hypothetically is not a free place, regardless what L or anyone else says. It is until it gets its own 10 through this, it is not free. And so the right wing of a great eagle is still tied up, according to Revelations chapter 12, verse 14. The same thing can be done for Geburah. I'm not finished writing, so excuses. The same thing with Geburah, which is severity. He wants us to take from severity, which is an eye for an eye, an ear for an ear, to justice, which is I'm not punishing you, but I'm going to set the scales balanced. I'm going to balance the scales between punishment and reward and make sure everyone gets their just desserts. So I just wanted to share the process of the fulfillment of our goals. Most of us have found our place on here, but each one of these circles has 10 on the inside of it. So for understanding, which is 3, there will be 10 things about understanding that we need to learn and familiarize ourselves with. If we do this, we have no limits. We will be not only made in the image of God, but trained in the ways of God. This has been your boy Adonai Lord Justin Cosby, coming in, the one and only Son of God. I love you.